Welcome on back into a fresh installment of the Dynasty Daze series here on the Ultimate Sports Network. We've got a brand new school, Memphis. We've got a brand new coach, Coach Carl Spackler. It's going to be a challenge, but he is up to the task. Here early in this one against Tennessee, their running back, Kyle Barrett, runs past every single one of our defenders, including through one of his own, with absolute no regard for human life whatsoever. It's going to be the bank dick bouncing back for us, though, setting us up with this eventual short touchdown that 𝘋𝘺𝘶𝑗𝘺𝑗𝑚 would find a way to get on in for us. Well done, Lottie. Now they're going to go to punting the ball. We're going to go to punting the ball. They're going to go to punting the ball. We're going to go back to punting the ball. You think we're done punting the ball? No, we got one more punt for you. That's right. And just like that, fast forward all the way to the end of the third quarter. Tennessee finally making some noise here, getting this thing down inside the 5-yard line here on 3rd and goal on a big play. Goddard getting tons of time, finds his receiver, Terrence Charles. An excellent play right there to give them a 14-7 lead. The Volunteers would then get the ball back here, and they'd make a huge play with quarterback Abdul Goddard taking it all the way himself here for 58 yards. We would respond with 𝘋𝘺𝘺𝑗𝑚 finding the end zone for the second time today, but they'd end up tacking on a field goal here with not too much time remaining. And unfortunately, with the clock ticking down, folks, it was just not going to be enough here in week number 1. Heck of an effort, though. You got to give it up to Memphis for keeping it close with a solid Tennessee squad, and let's see what they can do here in week number 2. What a beautiful day for football we have here in Memphis. The Tigers and Coach Spackler are gearing up for the home opener, folks. That's correct. We've got our first game here at home coming your way right here, right now. There aren't a lot of fans in the stands, and this run to start things off might remind you exactly why. Our team coming off an 0-12 season last year before we came in here to try to turn things around. So we got a lot of things to fix here in Memphis. After they do score early in this one, 𝘋𝘺𝘺𝘺 would help us set up a field goal attempt of our own. We do get on the board now 7-3 here late in the first quarter. They'd have tons of time here to throw this one, though, and wide receiver Mike Washington would get open for what was an 11-yard touchdown catch. Got to give him some credit. We have seen 𝘋𝘺𝘺𝘺𝑗𝑚 continue to have success early in this season. Has a massive run there that gets us all the way down to the 1-yard line, and 6'3", the backup running back, actually steps on up and finishes the job for us. Now it's going to be their quarterback taking off on his own. Nice run right there. Sets them up in good position to strike, and they do exactly that with wide receiver Adam Clark. Give that man some credit. 21-10 lead for this team. They are dominating here, but there's still some time left before we get to the halftime whistle. 𝘋𝘺𝘺𝘺𝑗𝑚 with another big grab sets us up for a field goal, and we got a 21-13 game here. Coming out of the halftime locker room, it's going to be Lee Charles scoring first for them, putting them up now 28-13. However, you'll see one of the nastiest moves you've ever seen right there by 𝘋𝘺𝘺𝘺𝘺𝑗𝑚. Unbelievable agility, takes it all the way on his own after just throwing on the brakes. What a beautiful move. Here on defense, Ludwig van Beethoven steps on up, makes a huge interception for us. We decide to waste no time, get it to 𝘋𝘺𝘺𝘺𝘺𝑗𝑚 here in the open field, who, whoop, oh my lord, how did he do that? Just puts on the freaking spin move, and it works. And just like that, folks, we have a near tie game. Going for 2 here is crucial. Can we get this thing tied up? And yes, they can. It's the man 𝘋𝘺𝘺𝘺𝑗𝑚. He's been making plays all day long. Baylor would hop back on top with 2 field goals here, however, putting them up by 6 points now. We'd have our final chance on 4th and 11. Can Andy North step up and find a guy? No, he cannot. It's going to be Baylor intercepting this one and ending the game officially. What a tough L here to take, folks, but a hell of an effort from this Tigers squad. And I am telling you, man, it's only a matter of time until we start turning this program around. Now we've got week 3 coming your way, folks. Yes, that's right. Week 3, we're 0-2. This team is getting hungry. They're getting feisty. They've heard about how they've done nothing except lose 14 straight games. But Chris Randall says, you know what? I'm going to try to make it 15 for you as Pittsburgh scores first in this one. We do come back with a field goal of our own, but field goals aren't going to win you any games with the way our defense is playing right now. Pittsburgh now up 14-3. Wait, scratch that. 21-3. And we are lucky just to get one more field goal before halftime here to make it a 2-score game. Now Andy North coming out in half number 2. Let's see if he can find some work downfield. It's going to be that man 𝘋𝘺𝘺𝘺𝘺𝘺𝘋𝘺𝘺𝘺𝘺 with a 24-yard reception. Nice grab by him. Going to the other side of the field now, it's Huntington Beach, bad boy, and he gets us close there, not quite in. Took us all the way down to the 1, but we do finish off the drive with a short run from inside the 1. Now it's going to be Pittsburgh responding once again. Another touchdown on the board for them. They are clearly running away with this one, up now 28-13, trying to extend that lead here as they've done all day. way. The clock is ticking down in the third quarter. In fact, now we're at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and they continue to put points on the board. It's our backup quarterback, Hill, who is now checked in. That's right. Yes, Shaun Hill into the game. Not a good situation if he has entered the game for us, and you see it right there. Manifests itself on the field in the form of that interception. Pittsburgh says, you know what? We've already dominated this game. We might as well put the entire thing away right here, right now. Brandon Swanson with an absolutely dominating display on that run, and there's nothing our defense can do. Huntington Beach, bad boy, would get a pity touchdown there at the end, but that was merely all that was, folks. All that was stats in the column at the end of the day. Here we are now going up against Cincinnati on the road. That's correct. We got the Bearcats here, folks, for what should be a fun one. We've now fallen to 0-3, so at this point, the expectations are really just low as they can ever be. I don't think anyone expects us to win a game like this, especially against a team that's 2-0 to start their season, but what the heck, let's see what we can do. A tough interception there early after we were already trailing 3-0 leads to this easy touchdown run from Ryan Fontenot. Give him some credit on that one. Not to be outdone, Xavier Carter scores a touchdown through the air after getting one on the ground last week, and then it's going to be our guy Astro Pop who steps up and makes a massive hit right there, gets us the ball back, and can we capitalize and make a huge play off of that, though? It's going to be the pitch back to Lottie Dottie on the option play here. He's got some space, but can he get away from the defenders? No, he cannot, but he gets it all the way down inside the 30-yard line. What a great play right there. We would end up finding Moroccan Scott on the following play for a 26-yard touchdown reception. We now have the lead in this one, but that wouldn't last very long. As you can see, they'd snatch that thing right back up, wasting no time whatsoever. We take a shot downfield to Scott. He's not going to be open, unfortunately, and they're going to do a good job of jumping in front of that one, creating what is now their second turnover on the day. They would get a field goal on this drive, now up 20-14. Can we take the lead with a potential touchdown here? And look at that. It's going to be 𝘋�ឍ𝘯𝘻𝘦 in the back of the end zone, and after the extra point, folks, we are officially up by 1 in this one. However, I'm getting to the point with this game where I'm starting to believe they just don't want the Tigers to win, because we just cannot, for the life of us, even stop a nosebleed on defense. We would get a field goal there going into halftime, but we are trailing by 3 here early in the second half. However, it would be 𝘋𝘃�ឍ�ឍ, our stud kick returner, who gives us a glimmer of hope, a glimpse of what could potentially be here at this university, but it won't matter. Our defenders tripping, falling, absolutely missing their assignments out here, and they are just giving up points like they get paid to frickin' do it. After the bank did capitalizes with that touchdown on the comeback route, it's going to be Shannon Wilson getting back into the end zone now here for Cincinnati to give them the lead once again. We take a couple shots deep here late in the game. We're into the fourth quarter now. You'll see once again here, we don't learn our lesson here on 2nd and 8. Plenty of time. No reason to force this ball downfield, but we do it anyway, and we are going to pay dearly for that. Cincinnati would then deplete the entire clock. They'd get this crucial first down on that 3rd and 8, and that conversion would pretty much do it for our day. A tough loss here for Memphis, a tough loss for the Tigers, but let's see if this team is finally primed to get their first W against Rutgers, because they are number 6 in the nation, folks. We are on the road in the rain. All the factors that you think could work against us are possibly working against us right now. Rutgers gets up early in this one with a nice field goal here. 3-0 lead at the moment, but it would be tight end Moroccan Scott bouncing back with a nice touchdown on that play action. Now they do work the ball down here inside the 5. It's going to be Jesse Miller capping off that drive with a nice touchdown of his own. Give that man some credit. However, our quarterback is going to work. Andy North finds his receiver 𝘋𝘋𝘯𝘻𝘕 downfield, making some things happen. It's going to be the tight end Moroccan Scott. Yes, of course it's him. He has been a money guy for us. Every time we throw him the ball, he seems to make plays somehow, some way. They're going to do some playmaking of their own here. It's Mike Tremblay getting them up across midfield, and now Jesse Miller, who we've already seen score 1 touchdown today, is going to take in touchdown number 2. Andy North decides to keep this one here on the option play himself. Lottie Dottie throws on some moves. Unfortunately, his moves ain't all that great, and they don't do much of anything. Luckily, we would cap that drive off with a touchdown of our own, so you're feeling pretty good right now if you're a Tigers fan. We would start off the second half with some fireworks from kick return specialist 𝘋𝘃�ឍ�ឍ. 104 yards on the kick return right there, folks, and now we're really in the driver's seat here in this game. However, Jesse Miller has already scored twice today, and he says, you know what, might as well get another one up on the stat sheet for me as well. well. His third tutty there, helping his team a ton. However, our guy 𝘋𝘺�ឍwants to be known as a running back who can be a bit of a difference maker, and he makes a huge difference on that play right there, now putting us up 35-24. Speaking of huge plays, Astro Pop would somehow come up with that improbable interception here late in this one. We would kill the clock here, folks. Knee it late, and that will do it just like that. Memphis has won their first game here under Coach Carl Spackler. The losing streak is over. 𝘋𝘺𝘺𝘃 with a massive week statistically, and folks, just like that, we finally have a big-time W for these Tigers fans. We are now headed back home here to play host in a matchup against South Florida. That's right. And the Bulls get to work here early. They knock Andy North flat on his ass, pick this one up, take it back to the end zone, and we are in trouble right out of the gate. Luckily for us, Andy does settle down, finds his guy 𝘋�តុ𝘯𝘊𝘶 here on the ensuing drive. It results in a 24-yard touchdown and a beautiful play right there by the quarterback and wide receiver. The Bulls, however, would waste little time getting this ball back downfield here quickly, and on 3rd and 1, it's going to be wide receiver Scott Lyles that finds himself in the end zone there to now put his team up by 7. We'd end up getting the ball back here, folks, and with some time remaining before the half, it's going to be the wide receiver Brian Davis getting the rare catch. You haven't seen a lot of action from him yet this season, and we cap off the drive with a touchdown from 6'3" Niner at running back. They do score one more time themselves here early in the second half, but it's going to be 6'3" who continues to make plays for this offense, getting this one all the way down the sideline. That would eventually lead to a big play right here as the bank dick finds a little open space, gets it into the end zone, and folks, we have a tie game as we head to the 4th quarter. Well, that wouldn't last very long as Nick Johnson says, hey, you know what, let me skedaddle in for a quick little touchdown right here. However, Huntington Beach bad boy gets us a crucial first down. It leads to a Judge Judy touchdown. Yes, that's fullback Judge Judy. Get it right, folks. And we are headed to overtime. In overtime, you'll see right off the jump here, they do get the ball first. We get the opportunity to play defense, but it doesn't really provide us with any type of advantage when you squander that touchdown. However, we would respond quickly with a touchdown of our own, and now here with the ball once again, can we really put things on them? Going forward on 4th and 4, a risky decision, and it does not pay off. We can sit here all day and second guess the decision to go for it there, but at this moment in time, it doesn't really mean much of anything because South Florida is on the verge of getting a big-time W. A tough loss here for Memphis, folks. You hate to let this one just slip through your fingers, and this is one that's definitely going to stick with this Tigers team for a little bit of time going forward. Well, I think it's safe to say that this turnaround at Memphis is not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a bit of a process, but one that Coach Carl Spackler is excited to take on for sure. For all of you who supported the first installment of our Dynasty Daze series at Iowa State under Coach Frank O'Reilly, I want to take a moment to just thank you right now for continuing to support. For everyone who's new, welcome on in. Thank you for checking out the channel. We appreciate you guys who always come on through to support, and if you want to leave a like, we really can't thank you enough for doing that. On top of that, I do stream on Twitch, of course, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern. Gotta say thank you once again for tuning on in, and remember, class is in session.